the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shine ain't always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get.
What's up, guys? It's Shady, and welcome back to another post-commentary of some OC.TC project areas. And today we have actually two matches since they're kind of short. But anyways, quick note: if you kind of notice my mouse spazzing, I don't know what the deal is with that, but I think I gotta like reinstall my mouse drivers or something because they're kind of freaking out. But anyways. So the first one, which you can see here, I am on the map Anathema. I should probably figure out how to pronounce it first, but it is the map that's, I think, inspired by Nail, which is created by Rixia and Sugoi, who also, I believe, Rixia created Nail, and I believe Sugoi helped as well. It's one of my favorite OC.TC maps. It's rarely played though, which is unfortunate because it's a really fun map. But anyways, I thought I would kind of talk about the different strategies that everyone has on the OC.TC servers, because you've seen me play quite a bit, and you'll notice there's people who do different things. I have my strategy, and I don't know. It's kind of funny watching everyone's strategy and then kind of seeing who ends up winning. So basically, we'll start off with my personal kind of, not favorite, but I find this one kind of pointless a lot of times. And this is the Sky Bridgers. Now the Sky Bridgers are basically the ones that tower straight up to as high as they can go, all the way out to the other team's base, and then, I guess, drop down somehow. Now I have to admit this does work on larger scale maps, however, people tend to do it on really small maps where there's literally 10 blocks need to be placed to get into the other team's base, and they are still skybridging, which is completely pointless in my opinion. I guess not for them, but you also get knocked off really easily. But if you're on a map like Soviet Mills, what is it? Even the Race for Victory maps, those seem to work, but when you're on a map like, what's a good example? I can't really think of any right now. Yeah, I can't think of any, but when you're on a smaller scale map, there's really no point. And then there's probably my least favorite, and this is the Redstoners. Now, I'm a Redstoner. I like redstone contraptions, but redstone and OC.TC don't mix. There's going to be people that are either just going to grief your redstone, or it's just not going to work, or it's just a complete waste of time. Now what the Redstoners tend to do is try and build this piston type bridge where they put a piston with a clock and place blocks in front of the pistons, and it'll extend the bridge. I don't think I've ever seen one of these successfully work. It has the potential to work, but pistons are really glitchy kind of right now, and there's no way it will ever really work as people intend. And then there's the Rushers, or the Yellowers, or whatever you want to call them. And these, I find this strategy to work sometimes, however I try not to do it. And there's two different types of these kind of strategies. There's the people that rush right off the beginning of the map, and the map will literally last about 2 minutes. I don't do that unless I'm just trying to have fun. I'm like, oh, let's see how fast I can do it, because it does kind of ruin the fun for a lot of people. But and then there's just the Rushers, who will kind of grab minimum gear and see if they can just run through the enemy team and get the objective that way. And that is probably, that's what I do quite a bit actually, on Destroy the Monument and the core matches. And that actually seems to work, which is unfortunate, because I'd imagine if someone with the opposite colored name and armor was running towards me into my base, I'd stop them, but people don't seem to notice me when I do it. However, that does affect my KD, and I try to keep a KD over 1.5, which is about the average, I think. But when I do that, kind of ruins it. But anyways, it's still fun. And then there is the, what is it? There's the heavy bow people. Now these people sit back and just shoot across the map with the bow. Now this doesn't work. I don't think people realize that the chances of them shooting across the map with the bow and killing someone or contributing to the success of the team is helpful whatsoever. However, if there's people that actually do kind of like have a strategy where they'll have a kind of like a small little squad. They'll attack an area, push up a bit, and all that stuff. And that seems to work. But people who sit at the very back of their spawn trying to shoot across the map like it's Call of Duty, that doesn't work. And then there is the spawn camper people, messer rounders guys. I don't really know what these guys are doing, but they're the people that basically, this is mostly in like the Leak the Core game mode. They will literally cover the core with about 20 layers of wood, which is more or less unnecessary in my opinion, which it would slow them down quite significantly, but I think maybe like 2 layers could suffice. But they basically just sit back there and they're like, oh, I'm gonna wait for this guy to come, and when he comes I'm gonna get him. Yeah, so that's that one. And then there's the strategic builders, which I don't mind these ones actually. These people actually build towers, like sniper towers, or they'll build protection for the team and stuff. However, there's some people that don't really get the concept of building it around the team, and they'll build it where no one else is. Like, they'll build this huge protective area where you could shoot the other team and they can't shoot you, which is all pretty good, except it's nowhere near where it needs to be. But then that kind of transitions into the pointless builders who feel the need to build houses like it's creative mode. These are my kind of, that's one of my favorite to watch, is the people who actually spend time building these houses and these extravagant buildings and all that. And then they get all angry when they get blown up or someone destroys them. That's fun to watch, but that's basically all I can think of for strategies, really. And then of course there's the team griefers and the team killers, and these people are just dumb. They think that they can like kill the whole team, which they can. However, there's usually a moderator on at all time, and you simply do /report their name team killing or something, and they will pretty much get banned for 7 days or permanently. And they're really strict on this server too, which is really nice. You don't have a lot of people screwing around. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all for strategy wise, but basically this map here, I'll talk about this a bit. This is a similar map to Nail. I believe it was inspired off Nail. If I ever talk to Sugoi or Rixiat, I'll have to ask him, because it does have the concept of the sponge, and aspects of the castle are similar to Nail. Like right now, I believe I'm kind of to the left of a potion room, where that would have been on Nail as well. However, with this one, there's 4 sponges, instead of just like the 2 sponges in the one area, and that makes it a bit longer and more challenging, and the map of course is much bigger. And I kind of wish this would get played more. I don't know, it's actually so super fun. Chances are you haven't played it. I played it twice, and I play OC.TC on a daily basis. But yeah, so I actually thought about kind of recreating a map like this for my own, kind of PvP map thing, because I've been trying to create a map, but between like the plugins not working a lot, it's been a bit of a journey there. And I thought about it if I could make it this, because this is utilizing some plugins, I believe. If I could probably make it completely vanilla if I do the wireless redstone with command blocks. However, it's extremely difficult, and I don't know how big it would be, but I think it would be really interesting if I could kind of make another nail type thing where there's more than one objective, kind of like Skullcap. But right here, I end up getting into the tower with no sponge. So there's 3 left, and you have to get all 4 to win the game. And whoever destroys the 4 sponges first wins. And this is what I mean when the rushing strategy, where you can literally run into the enemy base and they don't really notice you. I'm running around with red people, but so basically you see there, you break the sponge, and it will say, oh yeah, I said it, red team sponge destroyed by the SlimShady7S. And then basically this is where my whole rushing strategy kind of came in, where I was able to just run around and no one really, I don't know if people don't notice me or people just don't care or don't think I'm going to do anything that will lose them the game, which in fact spoiler alert, I'm destroying all the sponges right now to pretty much win the game, and no one here even notices me. And I don't know if there needs to be something more that shows you're an enemy or not. I can't tell if it's just people's kind of stupidity or if it's just they don't notice like I'm on the other team, which I think it's that they don't notice I'm on the other team. But as you can see there, destroyed all the sponges and all that. So now it's going to switch over to Whaddap, and that is another pretty fun map. It's a leak the core, and people like to rush on this map. However, I don't get how they do it, because you need to get diamonds in order to break the obsidian. So it's going to switch over right about now. There we go. And yeah, so this is the overview of Whaddap, if you haven't seen it. It's kind of more of a semicircle, I believe. And each team has a dam, and in the middle of the dam is their core. And again, this is a classic. This game will be a classic example of me just rushing through the other team and not really seeing them. And I wouldn't say I rushed right off the bat on this game, because you do need to get diamonds and stuff. As you can see here, I'll spend a bit of time getting some diamonds and armor and stuff. But yeah, this map's really fun. So what else to talk about? I don't know. I guess I'll talk about PvP maps in general. I created a PvP map once before. It was to destroy the bed, I believe. Yeah, it was destroy the beds, and it was based off. There's like an island with a mountain in the middle. It was like a volcano, and the one team had to defend the island, and the other team had like a boat off the shore of the island. And so basically, it was like nail or cluster chunk. We kind of tried to make it a mixture of it, where you had to get into the enemy's island and get the beds broken, and then you'd win the game or something such as that. And we did finish it. However, I ended up deleting it from my from the server that we made it on by accident, actually. But it wasn't very good anyways. It was my first time ever kind of building a map. As you can see right here, this is what I'm like. I'm standing, I'm like, hello. And then I thought they were following me, so I just started running. But they didn't. And then I got halfway, or like a quarter done of a map I was working on that was kind of similar to Nail in a way. However, both teams would attack and defend at the same time. Both sides of the map would be pretty similar. However, there'd be a bit different. Like the mountain might be a bit. There's like a mountain would be a bit different, but Other than that, they were both pretty much the same. However, I ended up deleting that off my server as well, which was by accident because when I was switching between Feed the Beast and whatnot, and I saw the PvP, and I'm like, alright, I'm not going to play PvP anymore. I decided I'll just wipe off all the because I had like 10 PvP maps and random maps and stuff inside of my server files. So I thought, okay, I'll just wipe all that, get Feed the Beast going, and Feed the Beast will run much faster because there's not as many files on. And I didn't realize my server or the map I was working on was on there. However, I might have a backup somewhere, but either way, I started making another one on single player. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet. It's either going to be like the nail with the sponge with the 4 things with the wireless redstone, if I could figure that out. If I can't do that, I might do a leak the core type thing. However, it's really hard to do that kind of stuff with vanilla, because there's got to be rules in place that people have to follow, and with something like leak the core, you have to have it destroy something to notify that the game's over. But yeah, anyways, I'll maybe do some series or something on that eventually. But other than that, that's basically it for the 2 matches here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just coming to an end right now. I hope to do more of these, and I've just kind of been recording them, and if the game's bad, deleting them. But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. See you later.